Welcome to the channel. This is Reviews with Ryan. Today on the channel, I'm going to be covering a new drama horror film premiering on Shudder on September 29th that I got to check out early and review for you fine folks. This film is called Sissy. Before I get into my review and my thoughts about this film, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, comment below your thoughts on this film, and also turn notification bell so you never miss any review or any video that I drop on this channel, and I upload weekly. And now without further ado, let's dive into this new horror film. Celia, also known as Sissy, is a successful social media influencer living the dream until she runs into her ex-childhood best friend and is invited on her bachelorette weekend. Suddenly, Sissy finds herself stuck in a remote cabin with her school bully and a taste for revenge. The film stars Aisha D, Yaren Ha, Daniel Monks, Hannah Barlow, Emily Margarita, Darcy Simpson, Lucy Barrett, and was directed by Hannah Barlow. Here we have another screening from Shudder. I knew nothing about this film. So essentially what this film technically is about, you have this girl named Cecilia, also known as Sissy. She is a social media influencer. She has a lot of followers and she's monetized, and she uses her platform to really motivate people and really try to get people to relax and really have a lot of motivation. And the film starts out showing her being a social media influencer and how she really does all this. And it also has a lot of flashbacks. So she has this friend named Emma, and they have a lot of these home recorded videos where they have their friendship on screen and how they really bonded. And really it shows a lot of these different moments, but it also shows these moments of this girl named Alex who breaks up their friendship and really did take a toll on Cecilia. And she also bullied her and called her Sissy. So that's really the main focus of what this film is technically about. And what ends up happening is they end up going on a trip to a remote cabin, and she ends up meeting face to face with this bully named Alex. And that's really where this movie really gets started. The tone of this film is a social media slasher film with a dash of psychological thriller. I do like the slasher elements that are introduced in this film. I think that some of the kills, they're quite fun and entertaining. And I did like Aisha D in this. I thought she did a really good job as Cecilia and her different personalities. So she has a very bubbly kind of personality when she's doing these social media videos, but at the same time, she lacks a lot of confidence. And that's very evident when she repeats a lot of phrases throughout the film to really motivate herself. And also when she's at this party with Emma and they try to get her on stage to actually sing karaoke with her friend being drunk, you can tell that she's not very confident. So she has that side to her. And then how she is with friends. She doesn't seem like she's really that comfortable with being with these people in this cabin, and also the fact that she has a really dark side to her as well. So I do like that we get a lot of different shifting moments with her character. Honestly, though, I'm not really that much of a fan of a social media satire versus a slasher film. I thought that it introduces the social media influence with Aisha D's character and really just showing that she's selling products. And of course, it actually pokes fun at her actually selling these products and saying that people are fake doing so. But they could have done a lot more with this social media presence and really kind of incorporated it more into the story. I think that was a miss there. I also am not really a fan of the dialogue here. There's a lot of different modern day quotes like canceled. Aren't I canceled? I just don't really get behind those kind of quotes. It's not really for me. I think it will speak more to people that really like that kind of dialogue. And there are parts in this film where I'm not really sure if the acting is just really bad or it's really the dialogue that the characters are given, because some of the line delivery in this, it's a little bit awkward. There's this one part with Aisha D's character, and mind you, I really do like her performance throughout this film, but there was one part in this film that was really awkward when she's in the woods and something that happened. And when she does the dialogue, it seems like it's really off-putting or she's not sure of the line. I don't know if it's really supposed to be read that way or it's something where she wasn't really acting well in that part. But stuff like that I really didn't really like, and there are some awkward parts. Most of the characters are really not that likable and we don't know too much about them. Now we know about her best friend Emma and how she grew up with her and how they were best friends and they really did bond, and we do see a lot of these home videos with her friend Emma. And of course we know Alex really teased her throughout this film, of course with when she was younger and how bullying really takes all these different effects. But I just didn't really like any of the other characters. They just were there to really just be picked off. And I wouldn't say that every kill that actually happens on screen is really perfect. Some of the kills are actually kind of laughable and kind of funny. There is this one kill, and I think it really does play into the budget, where somebody actually gets pushed off a cliff, and it looks like a doll fell off the cliff, and he's just tumbling down to his death. I really laughed during that kill. And there's a couple other things that they really do with the kills that are a little bit funny, and I don't think they're supposed to be funny, but maybe they are because they're trying to do this film that is supposed to be more fun rather than a horror movie. I really wouldn't say that this is much of a horror movie. I guess you could say with the kills, it makes it a horror movie because, you know, it's that slasher effect. But really, if I'm being honest, I really didn't enjoy this movie that much. I don't think it has any rewatch value for me. I think at times it has some interesting parts, but it really just didn't really grab me for the most part. It really tries to be clever at parts. There is this one part in the beginning of the film where Cecilia is at a drugstore, and this is where she meets up with her friend Emma and really starts to bond with her and eventually goes to the cabin. So when they're at this store, there is a feminine product that is a tampon that says Bloody Brilliant. So you have that clever kind of humor throughout the film. I never really felt, though, the vibe of this film really gave off a horror film. A lot of this score, it really reminds me of something that you would see on ABC Family or the Disney Channel, where you have this music in the background that's kind of happy-go and like violin-like, and it has like this happy drama kind of music, but it really never feels very suspenseful. And even when you get into the kills and you're really starting to get into the meat and potatoes with this whole psychological thriller and really just doing all the different reveals in the film, it never really feels like a full-on horror film. And that's really where I really think this film really fails to really grab my attention and really get me really invested in the film. It starts to feel very long at points, and those long points make it to be a very much of a chore to get through this film. So with all those points in mind, I'm gonna give a score of this film a 2 out of 5. It really just wasn't for me in the end. I do think it has some pretty cool kills, and I do like Aisha Dee's character, but really that's about it about this film. I really can't say that I really recommend this film. I do think that some people, they probably will relate to this film. I think younger generation may like this film a little bit more because it really ties into the social media satire. And if you're really into social media and really just seeing how people can really just go off the deep end, I think that you may like this film. But thank you guys for watching my review, and I'll see you guys on my next one.